afternoon and welcome to Maths by Gary Maths Tutorials. Today we're going to take a look at factorising an algebraic expression and also finding the roots. So we're going to factorise three examples we have here, and then finding the roots. What we mean by that is we're going to find x when x squared plus 12x plus 11 equals 0, and find x for x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0, and also find x for x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0, and we want to know for what value of x will these three be 0. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Maths by Gary, and if you find any of these tutorials useful, you can subscribe and like. So we'll go straight into the first example. So I'll just turn the page, and we have factorise x squared plus 12x plus 11. So first of all, we'll rewrite out x squared plus 12x plus 11. Now there's only one x squared here, so straight away we can cheat and we can do x close brackets plus x close brackets. So x times x gives us the x12. So now we're going to concentrate on the next two. So 12x plus 11. So if we imagine we want to find two numbers when added together give 12. So when we add two numbers together, we'll get 12. But when we multiply them, we get 11. So you can use this method when it's x squared. So two numbers added together to give 12. Well, first of all, let's try 6 plus 6, which would give us 12, which we want. But then if we times 6 times 6, we would get 36. So we don't want 36, we in fact want 11. So let's think, what about if we were to add x plus 11, x plus 1. 11 plus 1 would give us the 12, which we require. So 11 plus 1 gives us 12. And then 11 multiplied by 1 gives us 11, which is what we want. So we know x plus 11 multiplied by x plus 1 gives us x squared plus 12x plus 11. So now the roots are x equals minus 11 and x equals minus 1. So what that means is when x takes the form minus 11 and when it's x equals minus 1, x squared plus 12x plus 11 will in fact equal 0. So we can check that by first of all placing minus 11 into x squared plus 12x plus 11. So minus 11 squared plus 12 times minus 11 plus 11. Now we want this to equal 0. Minus 11 times squared is so 11 times 11 is 121. So remember, the minus will become positive, so 121 plus, well, the plus will become negative, so we'll put the negative in first of all. 12 times 11 is 132, and then plus 11. So 121 plus 11 gives us 132, minus the 132 gives us 0. So the first one, x equals minus 11, is a root. Now let's find out if x equals minus 1 is also a correct root. So this is really just a check. X squared plus 12x plus 11 equals 0. So minus 1 squared plus 12 times minus 1 plus 11 equals 0. So minus 1 squared will give us positive 1. 12 times minus 1 will be minus 12, and then plus positive 11. And there you go. 1 plus 11 is 12, so 12 minus 12 gives us 0. So in fact, x equals minus 1 is also a root, and that's correct. So we've got another example. In fact, we've got another two examples. So factorise x squared minus 5x plus 6. So the first thing we do is we know it's going to be x, open and close the brackets, multiplied by x, open and close the brackets, and we need to find out this bit here. So we want to find two numbers that when added together will give minus 5, but when multiplied together will give 6. So let's think, if we were to add minus 2 and minus 3, we would get minus 5. So minus 2 minus 3, minus 2 plus minus 3 will give us minus 5. So that's correct. What about minus 2 multiplied by minus 3? Well, that gives us positive 6. So that's correct. So we know x equals 2 and x equals 3. Now, in case you're wondering how it turns from negative to positive, the reason behind that is we have x minus 2 equals 0 and x minus 3 equals 0. So these two component parts in their own right equal 0. So when x minus 2 equals 0, we add 2 to this side, so we have to add 2 to this side, so x becomes positive 2. Similarly, the x equals 3, because we put the minus 3, add it to each side, cancels out here, and it's positive on this side. So again, we'll do the check. First with 2. So x squared minus 5x plus 6. We want it to equal 0. So 2 squared minus 5 times 2 plus 6. 2 squared is 4 minus 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 6. So 4 minus 10 plus 6. So the 4 plus the 6 will give us 10, minus the 10 here, and that gives us 0. So we're correct with x equals 2. We'll now check x equals 3. So we have x squared minus 5x plus 6. So 3 squared minus 5 times 3 plus 6. 3 squared is 9. 5 times 3, so it's minus 15. And then plus the 6. 9 plus 6 is positive 15 minus the 15, which equals 0. So there we go. It's also correct. It's also a root. Now last but not least, we have x squared minus 9x plus 20. So we write out x squared minus 9x plus 20. We'll start with x, open close brackets, multiplied by x, open close the brackets. Again, we want to add the two numbers to give us minus 9 and multiply the two numbers to give us 20. So which two numbers added together gives minus 9? We'll try minus 5 and minus 4. So minus 5 plus minus 4 gives us minus 9, which is correct, that's what we want. Minus 5 times minus 4, remember it will go to positive, minus minus becomes positive, 5 fours, 20. That's positive 20. So there we go. X now equals 5 and x now equals 4, because x minus 5 equals 0, so add 5 to each side, x equals 5, x minus 4 equals 0, so x now becomes 4. So we'll try and we'll see x squared minus 9x plus 20, so we'll put 5 in, 5 squared minus 9 times 5 plus 20, 5 squared 25, and minus 9 times 5, 9 5s are 45, minus 45 and plus 20, so 25 plus 20 is 45, minus 45 gives us 0. So there we go, the x equals 5 is in fact a root as it equals 0. And last but not least, we'll check x equals 4. So x squared minus 9x plus 20, but this time for 4. We have 4 squared minus 9 times 4 plus 20. 4 squared is 16 minus 9 times 4 minus 36 plus 20. 16 and 20 is 36 minus 36 gives us 0. So there we go, that's what we want. So x equals 4 is in fact a root. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And if you do, you can leave a comment and you can subscribe. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Maths by Gary. Thanks very much. Bye bye.